Hey guys, I'm really glad you're here tonight, wherever you are in the world, whether it's the middle of the night or you're just winding down. Welcome. Just soft storytelling from the past, designed to help you relax and maybe even drift off to sleep. So go ahead and get comfortable. Dim your lights, maybe turn on a fan for that soft background hum. As you settle in, I'll take you back in time to one of the earliest cities ever built. Tonight, we re-spend in a quiet day with the Sumerian Scribe, a man who lived thousands of years ago. In the ancient city of yore, his days were filled with calm routines, clay tablets, and the slow rhythm of writing, in a world that moved very differently from ours. If you enjoy this kind of gentle storytelling, feel free to like the video and subscribe, only if you genuinely find it helpful. Let me know in the comments what time it is for you and where you're tuning in from. I love reading your replies. Take a deep breath. Let's begin. Tonight, you've chosen to drift into slumber wrapped in the quiet world of ancient history, a world soft with the passing of time. I invite you to relax, lie back, close your eyes, and gently let go of the day that has passed. As you breathe deeply and slowly, feel the pull of sleep beginning to stretch across your thoughts. We are going far back, thousands of years, to a time long before cities as we know them, to the land of soft river reeds and dusty stone streets. We're traveling to Mesopotamia, to the warm, sunlit world of Sumer, and more specifically, to follow the quiet, thoughtful steps of a humble scribe, one who rises early, works in the stillness of mud-brick chambers, and watches the world change one clay tablet at a time. In the ancient city of yore, the sun begins to stretch across the rooftops. The air is cool, just before the heat of the day begins to rise. You might hear it, the soft rustle of woven reed curtains being pulled aside, the gentle clink of pottery as a family stirs, and the distant murmurs of traders setting up stalls along the dusty road. Our scribe named Tammuz awakens early, always before the market stirs too loudly. His home is simple, made of baked mud brick. It's nestled not far from the great ziggurat, the stepped temple that towers like a quiet giant over the city. Inside his home, soft morning light filters through tiny lattice windows. Tammuz rises from a reed mat and washes his hands and face in a shallow clay basin. He eats quietly, some dried figs, a small piece of barley bread, and a sip of cool date wine. His fingers are already stained faintly with ink. A lifetime of clay and red styluses has left its quiet mark. Before he begins his work, Tammuz tends to his tools. There is something almost sacred in the way he prepares. A small basket holds his writing styluses, made from sharpened reeds. Some are thin and precise, others broad and flat. Near it lies a collection of moist clay tablets, carefully wrapped in palm leaves to keep them pliable. He picks one up gently, like a baker testing dough. He examines the surface, smoothing it with the heel of his hand. He then chooses a stylus and presses a test mark, a single wedge, just to feel the resistance. Cuneiform, the writing of his world, is built from tiny pressed marks, not drawn, but impressed into soft clay. Each line, each symbol, carries weight. To outsiders, they are strange markings, but to Tammuz, they are words, numbers, prayers, trades, inventories, stories. Tammuz steps quietly through the streets of yore, his sandals tapping gently against sun-warmed stone. The Edaba, or tablet house, is not far. It's a quiet place, often mistaken for a temple or warehouse by travelers. Inside, rows of low benches line the walls. Other scribes are already at work, bent over tablets, murmuring softly as they count, write, and copy. There is a low hum, the sound of focus. The occasional scratch of reed on clay, the thump of a finished tablet being set to dry. Outside, distant market noise filters in. But here, all is still. Tomos begins his day's work, recording a list of barley allocations for a nearby granary. He writes slowly, methodically. With each wedge mark, the past becomes fixed into record. By mid-afternoon, the sun is high, and the air carries the warmth of clay and dust. Tammuz leaves the Edinburgh briefly, stepping into the market to fetch supplies for ink and parchment. The marketplace is busy, but still calm. A rhythm of murmured haggling, the shuffle of sandals, and the jingling of copper weights. He pauses at a pottery stall, greets the vendor with a small bow, and selects a fresh ink jar, made from charred date pits and water. He buys a length of palm fiber twine and lingers briefly near the spice stand, just to inhale the soft scent of cinnamon and dried rose. Children run past him, laughing. Woman sings a quiet lullaby to a baby on her hip. In the distance, bells chime from a donkey's harness. As the sun begins to set, the city of Ur shifts into quiet. Shadows stretch across courtyards, and the warm gold of day gives way to soft indigo twilight. Tammuz finishes his tablet work, stacking the damp clay pieces carefully for drying. He washes his hands, letting the ink and dust swirl away in a clay basin. He returns home as oil lamps begin to flicker behind narrow windows. Later, he climbs to the flat rooftop, the sky above wide and deep. Stars slowly emerge. First one, then many. The Sumerians were sky watchers, and Tammuz traces the constellations as his ancestors did. There is no rush, only the slow turning of the heavens. Now, the night deepens. The sounds of the city have faded to quiet hums, a distant harp string, the crackle of a brazier fire, a soft breeze stirring papyrus curtains. Tammuz lies on his mat once more, a day of thought and clay behind him. Dreams ahead, closes his eyes, and the city breathes softly in the darkness. And so may you, dear listener, breathe gently. Let your thoughts slow, like a river in twilight. Let go of the details of the day and drift. Drift into dreams wrapped in the quiet clay of history. Good night. Sleep well. Yes. And thank you for listening.